What's the number one secret to dealing with haters? I'm sure you've heard that word a whole lot. I know I've been hearing that word so much in the new year, and we're only in February. So what's the number one secret to dealing with haters? Well, that's what I'm going to discuss today. Hi, I'm Katie Gates, and thank you so much for joining me. Now, the number one secret to dealing with haters, and if you watched any of my other videos, I'm sure you may already know the answer to this, but the number one secret to dealing with haters is to not hate yourself. Now, you're asking, well, how on earth is not hating myself going to deal with the haters that are hating on me? Well, and to even discuss this topic, it makes me feel high schoolish almost, but unfortunately it's a very real thing. And we know that hate and hatred and, jealousy, animosity, all of those things stem from each level of growth. So, when we're toddlers, we had a sense of jealousy if another child got something and no, give me that. And, our teenage years, adolescence and adulthood, it's just something like such as doubt that I spoke about before. It's just something that follows humans. So how is not hating yourself going to help you not worry about the people that are hating on you or the people that hate you, so to speak? Because as long as you don't hate yourself, you're not putting yourself in that same pool of other people hating you. Because we have to ask ourselves, well, if that person has such a deep hatred or dislike for me, there's something going on up here in that person's mind, and that person's heart is not clear, nor is it pure. So we have to understand that it's not about us, it's about them. And number two, most of the time when, just from my research and my studies, when I see people discussing their haters and, you have to watch out for your haters and all of this stuff, those people tend to self-hate. I'm going to repeat that. Most of the time when you see people talking about their haters or, the people hating on you, you got to watch out for your haters. Most of those people tend to self-hate. There's something about themselves that they don't like. There's something about themselves that they even hate. And to me, hate is a very strong word. It's a word that I don't like to use because I feel like that's pushing it way, way further than, someone who doesn't like you. When you have haters, people who continuously maybe put you down or pray against you or talk about you or just have that nasty attitude towards you, or anything of the sort. When we talk about hatred, that's a very strong word. Like I said, it's not a word that I like to utilize, but I hear it often. Your haters, you got to worry about your haters and this and that and this and that. But the key is, if you love yourself enough, you're not worried about what your haters think or what they're doing. You're not even worried about them praying against you, because you know that you love yourself enough. You believe in yourself enough. So the belief and the faith that you have in yourself, in the God that you say you serve, we're not worried about haters over there. We're not worried about people talking about us or praying against us or doing this or doing that, because we love ourselves. So that goes back to, usually when we're stuck somewhere, worried about haters, we tend to self-hate. Some people call it self-defecation, to self-defecate, to speak down on ourselves, or, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not worthy enough, or this happened to me as a child. And I'm not minimizing those things, because we've all been through something. I know if you don't know my story, you will know it. I've written about it. I've spoken openly about it. Thank goodness I've been able to do that. We've all been through something. Most often, no one has a rose-colored childhood. That is very, very rare. And that's a very sad thing to say. How rare that is. To even know how rare that is a very sad thing to know, but it's real truth. So usually when we're worried about haters, or we have all of this going on, you got to watch your haters, and you got to just crazy talk, right? It's not, I'm not saying that I'm not saying not to be wise and not to be aware. I have to backtrack. I have to state that. I'm not saying not to be aware of your surroundings and, the people that we surround ourselves with. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that most of the time when we're sitting worried about someone hating on us, we tend to hate ourselves. There's something about ourselves that we don't like. Because if we were truly loving ourselves and loving on ourselves, we're not worried. It's not that we're not aware. We're not worried about haters. We're not constantly talking about, oh, haters, watch your haters and this and that. It just doesn't happen. So that's how loving yourself is going to keep you from all of, from worrying about other people not loving you or worried about people not or hating you. Tongue twister there. So as long as we love ourselves and we're not, self-hating and talking down upon ourselves, we don't have to worry about somebody else hating us. We don't have to worry about our haters. It's like they're non-existent. You get that who cares attitude towards it, because that's the attitude that we have got to have in this day and age. Let me tell you, life is too short to be worried about someone else hating someone else. Because that tells me anybody who hates someone is dealing with something internally, mentally. They're stuck in mental anguish. There's a lack of unforgiveness or a lack of forgiveness there, for better terms. There's a lack of forgiveness there. And it's just not about you. It's about them. And so people stuck like that, or, they're stuck in turmoil, and dealing with that anguish is not a pretty thing. I'm sure many of us have been there. We can testify, getting stuck on something and dealing with it for days and hours and years for a lot of us, It's time to let all that stuff go. It's foolishness. As long as we love who we are, we're not worried about someone hating us. Come on. Come on. We're not worried about those things. So that's the secret or the key, to dealing with hatred and your haters and all of that stuff. So I'm Katie Gates, and thank you so much for joining me. I love you. I don't take your time lightly. Thank you for listening to me and sticking with me. Just have a beautiful, beautiful day, morning or evening, whenever you watch this video. I love you.